Probably the most important part of a student's visit to Augustana is their campus tour. Making a great first impression with students and their families, and then making them feel comfortable is so important. Students get to spend a whole hour with you during their visit, so they're definitely going to remember you when they think back on their visit to Augustana. If you happen to be sitting at the desk when a student arrives, it's your job to help make students and their families feel welcome and comfortable from the moment they arrive. Note how Melissa stood to greet each of her guests, and then she reviewed their schedule with them, and then she offered them a drink, either coffee or water, before going back to the back room to get the ambassador for the tour. Always approach a family with a smile. Make sure you have lots of energy and enthusiasm. You want them to know exactly how excited you are about Augustana. Before you leave the office, introduce yourself, greet your guests, and ask where they're from. Learn your prospective student's name and do not forget it. You may want to even use it from time to time throughout your tour so that they know you're really engaged in them. Make sure to grab the card and keys from Melissa before heading out. When you leave the office, then you can go into a more in-depth introduction. Restate your name, where you're from, why you chose Augie, what you're studying, and some things you're involved in on campus. Also take this time to get you to know the student a little bit more. Ask what they're interested in studying, what their high school is like, how their year's going, and then maybe even some things they're interested in participating in college. Wait until the end of the tour to talk about the administration building. We don't want the first thing they think about to be financial aid and business. As often as possible, hold doors open for your tours. They'll really appreciate that. Your short trek from the administration building to the Edith Mortensen Theater is a really good time to ask your prospective student a little bit more about themselves and then also give them some basic information about Augustana. You can direct their attention to the upperclassmen dorms and other buildings on the north side of campus and then give them as much information as you want on those buildings. If they start asking a little bit more about dorms, you can assure them that they'll be able to see a dorm later in their tour. The campus green and Ole the Viking are also some really nice things to point out as you walk by. Use this time to share with your tour some answers to commonly asked questions, like the number of students at Augustana or in a typical freshman class. Tell them that Augie has over 50 majors to choose from, and many students even choose to double major or minor in different areas. Be sure to tell them about our very diverse student body. We have students from 35 different states and 42 different countries on campus. Also be sure to let them know that they are free and encouraged to ask questions at any time throughout the tour, and then make sure to also ask them questions about themselves along the way.